Hello and welcome to this Warno 1v1 game played on Airport Duel between SneakyBlackGuy playing as 11 Easy and he's going up against Mix90 playing as MBAD. So these are two of the best players in the game and Mix90 is currently rank 1, right? So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments of the game, and as always timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Sneaky, and he's playing as 11 Easy. So 11E, it was good, and then it was bad, and now it's kind of good again. I wouldn't say it's like amazing, but it's pretty decent. It depends on the map, really. If you get something like Two Lakes Duel, you can have a pretty good time with 11E, because you can take both towns at the start and just sit on it. And wider maps, it's alright as well. Basically, there's a lot of divisions which are just way easier to play than this, because your tanks die in one hit. They cost 90 points and they die in one hit. And that makes playing as them very difficult. MBAD is in a pretty similar position, actually. So overall, I would rate 11E better than MBAD, but yeah, it depends how good your micro is, etc. MBAD's pretty good in team games. If you've got like a heavier division, then MBAD can just kind of take the points at the start and then just sit there and buy a million ATGMs and then let the heavy division do its thing. But yeah, 11E, yeah, tab by tab. So two cards of supply is sensible. This got a weird buff that makes it 3 per card, even though it's airborne forward deployment, and it's the only one in the game that's like that. It wasn't like that before, but yeah, this is like a new unit they added, and they just gave it 3 availability by accident. I mean, the div's not amazing, so I don't know if that's gonna get fixed. And then yeah, airborne forward deployed guys with smoke, or you can go for not airborne forward deployed but only 3 HP, or you can go for airborne forward deployed without smoke. So this is your best option, but no AT is kind of rough, because yeah, this only has 3 guys. Then 2 cards of Milans is very common. A card of Milan 2s and a card of Milan 1s is quite common. If you're a lighter div, because the idea is you take ground and then you fill it with ATGMs. Then we've got 8 2-vet MMGs, so these are your anti-infantry kind of protectors, sort of fairly long-range anti-infantry. I'm surprised he's brought them at 2-vet. I like to have them at 1-vet and then just spam them out absolutely everywhere, but you still get 8. Eric's, so this was added in the last patch. This is what's pushed 11E back into the maybe this is a division worth playing category, because it's got 26 pen, which is more than a TOW 2. And so if you get hit like this, will one-shot a T55, it will one-shot an M60, it'll yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Sapper's Flam at 2-vet, I'm quite surprised by. I don't really like these guys because of the 7-second reload on the flamethrower. Obviously, it depends on the vet, right? The default is 8 seconds, but with this, it's 6.8. So we'll see how well these go. I mean, it's just they just take so long to reload flamethrowers. Like, they're supposed to be the premier anti-infantry weapon, and the reload time is just very silly. The aim time used to be 4 seconds as well, which was kind of dumb. Now it's 2, I think, by default. Yeah. Then 2 cards of Paras Marine. So yeah, basically nobody should be bringing Legionnaires Paras. I've noticed he's brought it actually, but like this is just the same squad with 1 more availability for the same price with a DMR. You do lose Resolute, but what do you need Resolute for? So I'm really surprised he's brought these, because like the transports are the same. The only reason to bring him is the Resolute tag. It's like, well, what do you need that for if you're max vet and you're already dishing out a load of suppression? Like, they shouldn't be the same price. So I wouldn't bring this. I'd just bring yet another card of Paras Marine. And then Sapper's Paras with the satchels at 2-vet as well. Arty, so no long-range howitzers. I mean, they're not very good. It's just sometimes you get into this situation where the enemy's got ATGMs and it's like, well, what do? You can't kill them with these. Doesn't do anything. So I feel like you kind of need these. It used to go 4-3, and then they kind of reverted it, and I'm not really sure if that was on purpose or what. But yeah, self-propelled mortar for smoke, much better than the towed one, because it is for smoke and it's self-propelled. The caliber's lower, but it's good. So saggy CV. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 CVs, and then these are at 2 vet because you end up not buying that much because of how much they cost. And the advantage is mediocre stealth, but with only 2 armor, it's less than a BMP1. If you get shot, you're dead. And it's only got 8 HP as well, which is less than a BMP1. Doesn't make any sense. Why has it only got 8 HP? Why has a BMP1 got more HP than this and more armor? Who knows? Anyway, if somebody shoots you, you tend to die. So these are hard to use. And then 2 more cards of ATGMs. You don't bring this one because it's got mediocre stealth. So there's not much point in it. I don't understand why it's the same price. The idea is, oh, twice as many bullets, slightly more HP, but it's slower and it's got mediocre stealth. So it's people don't bring this. I mean, it should be 5 points less, and then maybe it would be a good idea to bring. Recon tab, so this is the same as the saggies here, except for 10 points more, you get good optics. This is a 3-point slot, right? And, you know, you've only got 2 cards here, so whatever. I'm surprised. Okay, so no, he has got recon helos and so on. Then the AML 90 brings it 2 vet. Okay. I just wouldn't bring this at all. I'd save 3 points and get 2 more planes. What is this for? What is this for? I mean, it's got very good optics, I guess. So you send it around the sides and don't really see the point. What you can do is, you know, you can get rid of a card of these, save 3 AP, then get rid of this, put this in, and then you've got very good optics for availability, right? It's a bit more expensive, like. And then you can get another plane. But honestly, I just wouldn't bring this at all. I don't really see the point of it. It's just, I guess he really wants 2 very good optics, because he's upvetted it as well, so it's clear that he doesn't want that many of them either, so why not get 2 planes instead? Or 3 Jaguar ATs, right? I bring double LGBT. Also, he upvets his seed, which I don't really think is a good idea at all. Get 8% ECM and you're still going to die, and then you're going to be upset when the RNG doesn't work out. Or you can get the Jaguar rocket. This thing's nice at the start of the game. But yeah, I don't understand the AML. Gazelle Cannon recon thing. Yeah, I mean, it's cool that this is a 4 availability. And then, yeah, Hussards. These just got added. They're pretty cool, actually. For 65 points, you get Appelas, DMR, and so on. Very good optics, exceptional stealth. It's very nice. And then the Paras SAS are for satchels and stuff, so you can get away with, like, not having these. And then you would save 3 more points, and then you can just fill out your plane tabs entirely, right? Or just get, you know, more planes. Because you'll notice, I don't know if he did this or if I just did this, but he's upvetted them, right? So it's max vet. But yeah, you could get rid of that. Oh, it's only 2 AP, okay. Or you could keep these, get rid of this. It depends on the map, right? You've got lots of satchel guys here, maybe you need them all. But maybe you don't, and you'd rather have more planes. So I bring it with more planes. I'll show you mine at the end. This thing isn't very good against infantry, but at 2 vet maybe it's okay. But it's not as good as this Villinger, basically. And it's like 30 points and so on. So I don't think it's that amazing, but we'll see it in game. Maybe it's great at 2 vet, I don't know. Gazelle Celtics, so this fires minstrels at people, and then 2 cards of Paraminstrel. Because the regular minstrel comes in the Super Puma. So, because like if you get rid of, right, so let's say you get rid of 1 card of Paraminstrel, then you can bring more planes, right? So the Gazelle Cannon should always be at 2 vet because they get like double the accuracy and they aim faster, which gives you more of a chance of killing somebody on the road or whatever. It's very important. And then he brings the Gazelle Hot instead of the Gazelle Hot 2. I don't know if he knew he was going up against MBAD. Because, like, if you know you're going up against MBAD, then some of these decisions make a little more sense. Particularly this one. Because otherwise this is better. The only reason to bring this is if you're convinced that you're not going to go up against any high armor tanks. So anyway, two jets, very normal. Two cards of ASF. These aren't very good, sadly. Jaguar HE, Jaguar Cluster, Jaguar Seed at 2 that we spoke about, and then I put this in here. So I'll just very briefly show you mine. So as you can see, I completely fill out the plane tab because I feel like that's the whole point. I do bring the 8 Paraminstrels, but then I bring this Truck 1, which might be a bad idea. Maybe I should try it his way. And then, yeah, I don't 2-vet this. I bring a card of Aeromobiles, because I think they're quite... Oh, I actually am bringing the Sapper's Flam. That's interesting. I think I put that in there to test it out and see if it was any good. But I don't think I've played it since. As you can see, I don't bring the AML 90. I only bring one card of Sages, because it's just like, you just bring them and they just die. I just don't see the point in having so many of them. They're not good for anything. But I do bring the Howitzers, because sometimes you need to kill an ATGM, and how else do you do that? Except you buy all 4 of these and just shoot the ATGM and hope it dies. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, yeah, I just completely fill out the plane tab. I bring the double LGBT with the 3 seeds. The idea is the seed just goes in front of the LGBT, so the LGBT doesn't die. This doesn't hit anything. They won't hit anything at 2-vet. Switching to his opponent's deck, we've got Mixed 90 playing MBAD, which he thinks is one of the best divs in the game. If you've got infinite micro, you can make these kind of lighter divs work. Most people don't have infinite micro, so feel free to try it out. Your mileage is going to vary. So, yeah, we got 2 cards of supply, 5 CVs here, 7 with the Gurkha Rifles leader. So 2 cards of supply, and yeah, you bring the bigger ones because these don't carry very much at all. You only really need 2 cards for these kind of lighter divs. I'll be honest, these days, now that I just reliably switch off the fuel on every card of transport every card of supply I buy, unless I specifically need fuel, these days I run 2 cards of supply at a lot of things. It's only kind of the heavier divs that need 3 cards, like with MLRS you need 3 cards, stuff like that. So you'll see that this identical CV is 2 per card, whereas the 11E one is 3 per card. Here's a Sultan. 3 per card. You can bring the Belgian one or the British one. They're the same. He's chosen to bring the Belgian one. Okay. Infantry. So this transport's really nice at the start of the game. Sadly, the infantry that comes with it is kind of crap. Unlike in Div Mob, where you get the same transport, but you get really nice infantry with it as well. Paras are 65 points for 8 guys, and it's like... Why? I don't think they're that good. I mean, they've got shock, but the airborne forward deployment, and they only got 90 kilometers an hour anyway. I think they should be 60, because if you compare them to regular rifles, right? Paras, compare that to rifles. Lots of guys called rifles. So you see that you're paying 10 points for airborne and shock. I think it should only be 5 points, personally, but, you know. Anyway, it is what it is. Gurkha rifles are pretty nice. I've noticed he doesn't bring any helo-borne infantry, so I don't know how he sort of secures points. It's a bit weird, actually. Para gun group is kind of ass. Like, they're okay, it's just they've only got 6 guys in it, but you don't really have much of a choice. You could bring 2 cards of Gurkha rifles, right? The idea is this is like your cheapest infantry that's decent, because this costs more, right? So you bring these for cheap infantry, but it's not really that cheap. I'm surprised he doesn't bring Marineers. They're really nice against infantry because of the 3 MGs, but the Uzi does let them down. So then we've got Satchel guys, Falchion Pioneers. So this is interesting, because I prefer the British ones, because the British ones, they get 1 less guy, but they get 1 more MG. The advantage of them is that the British ones, the guns work better when moving, whereas for the Falchion Pioneer, the MG3 doesn't shoot if it's moving. And if you're in the same building as somebody, the MG3s won't shoot, whereas the LSWs will. So for engineers, you want to run up to people and throw a satchel at them. So I honestly think the power engineers are better, but you know, this guy's rank 1 and he just plays this div. So maybe there's a thought process behind it that I don't know. Maybe he really values the extra HP, he just uses them to tank. But if you actually want him to kill infantry, this is the better option. Then we got Gurkha Rifles leader, and they've got 6 strength with a law and smoke. And then, you know, 2 cards of ATGMs, as we spoke about. So Milan. So this one is just a no-brainer over the British one, because for 5 points more, you get Airborne and you get a rank of veterancy without compromising availability. So you're basically paying 5 points more for 5% more accuracy, and you know, and airborne forward deployment. So it's a bit of a no-brainer, really. Then we've got Milan 1s, and he brings it in a Milan transport. And then we've got 12 MG3s, and you see he hasn't upvetted these. So these are just the same as the French one. All of these MMG teams are the same, basically. Then, so the MBAD does get better artillery. This is a lot nicer than the other one. But it's still kind of ass. But you kind of need it, right? This is very, very good. Basically, it launches cluster rounds, and it's got a very tight dispersion circle if you have recon. So I will link a game in the description where I played against Mix, and he was spamming these out all game, and I didn't kill him. Because he will interrupt it before it fires at the 5th round. And he did that every single time for 40 minutes. That's why he's so good at MBAD. MBAD's not a good division. It's because he can micro these for 40 minutes, firing 4 rounds a minute, and he's microed everything else as well. So a lot of this kind of divisional what's good, what's bad comes down to how good you are at the game. I do try and account for that when I'm describing strategies, because for the most part, a strategy which is easy to execute is also easier to execute for a good player, because why not, you know? Anyway, so we got 3 cards of, well, okay, 2 cards of Toe 2. Then we've got the Cracker Toe instead of the AMTP Milan, which makes sense, really, because this is way too expensive for, like, costs a lot. I mean, it's got 9 rounds, I guess that's the point. And this is slower. So I guess that makes sense. But yeah, most people tend to bring the Weasel Mark 20, and they bring 3 cards of this fire support, so this would be a Weasel Mark 20 for most people. And then the Striker, so he likes his range, basically. They've all got the max range, he's not brought the close range one. Then we got Parascimitars, which have mediocre stealth from a while ago, because I mean, the regular scimitars do. It's not very big. I think it's a good idea to be like that. Parascorpions are a lot worse. That's why they're 10 points cheaper. And he brings these at 2 Vex. He doesn't intend to buy as many of them. Also, it helps with the accuracy. So yeah, hopefully we'll see these in action. I'm really looking forward to this game, actually. It's a very, very high-level game. I'm not just saying that. So, Pathfinders are like a must-bring because of the 4 MGs. Special forces, but they have to be stood still to fire. Then we've got so this is his Helo-born stuff. So 6 guys, 3 machine guns, 14 AP in a super speedy Helo, and it's recon deployed, so you can get them out quite quickly at the start. So that's his airborne component. Maybe I can learn something from this instead of... oh no, it was 11E where I brought the air mobiles. Then we've got... Patrollees, which are just supposed to be cheap recon. 4 guys. I don't know why they're 4. I suppose because they're airborne for deployment. And he brings it in this, which has good optics, good stealth. This one is cheaper, and it's not actually that much slower, but the stealth isn't as good. It does have like armor and smoke though, but if you want to get these guys out fast, you want the faster vehicle. But this is not slow. It's quite speedy actually, the Spartan. Anyway, this thing's really cool because it goes at 130 kilometers an hour because it's max vet special forces, and it's got... so this is like the best airborne forward deployment in the game, except Delta Force at max vet in their mega transport. So it's like the same thing as this, basically. Then we've got, yeah, the one with the ATGMs on it. AA, so yeah, I think you need the Darkfire. And then Paraminstrels... And then this is for anti-infantry, and then he's brought these as well, which I guess is for more anti-infantry. So interesting. He could have got extra because look how few planes he's got. Wow. Okay. Most people tend to run like this, I don't know if these two guys knew they were going up against each other, um, or if this is his typical deck. Because most people run this because you just launch one from max range and evac with the seed in front of it, and then if you miss, you miss. It reloads in 25 seconds apparently. um, Helis, so he brings the Hell Arm over the Bopar because it's got more survivability. I'm pretty sure I bring both. I'll show you mine at the end, but I'm not as good at MBAD as this guy, so, take what I say with a pinch of salt. Then he brings the Fighters, right? Most people like this because it reloads in 60 seconds, and then he brings, Big Bomber, and this thing is trash. I don't understand why he brings it. It drops really slowly, and then they just move, and it's only got 20% ECM. I'm really surprised he brings that. I think it's absolutely dreadful. So this is mine. As you can see, I bring the double LGBT, Seed, AT, and then I bring the Weasels. I was trying to bring them in Helos to see if I could get around and bring the AT groups in Helos. I saw a wooden box playing this div a bit. That Cracker Mun transport is probably a bad idea. Let's just swap that out right now. And let's get on with the game. Right, so with that out of the way, speaking briefly about the map, I consider the map to be better for blue than for red, but it depends, right? Because red has the ability to forward deployed rush echo at the start by just barreling down this road and coming in, whereas blue can't really forward deployed attack. Foxtrot, if both parties have equal forward deployment, forward deployed rushing Foxtrot's kind of hard because you end up coming down this road, and if the red player has equivalent forward deployment, he's just going to come up here and shoot you. Or here and shoot you. So red has the advantage at the start, but as the game goes later, if blue doesn't lose echo, Foxtrot is kind of easier to attack than echo because there's just less space to hide here, right? Whereas this has a lot of fallback, a lot of buildings to put ATGMs in and so on. This only has a couple. And Papa's easier to attack than Alpha. But in the same vein, Zulu, which is blue zone, is easier to attack than Bravo. So yeah, it's I actually think the map's pretty well balanced for those reasons. It depends on the matchup, right? If you get an airborne div on the red side and a very slow div on the blue side, it's pretty good for the red side would rather be the airborne guy would rather be here, and that's what we have today, right? Because he can get in. So it is quite nuanced. Anyway, so in terms of the matchup, I don't think MBAD is that good at all. Basically, Mix thinks it's great, and that's because his micro's really good. Like, really, really good. Probably the best in the game, because Skiffic doesn't play anymore. In fact, yeah, undoubtedly, he has the best micro in the game. And so in that case, if you have a division that has loads of cheap crap, and you have the best micro in the game, then you can send it around all over the place and micro it really, really well and use it very effectively, whereas most people can't do that, including myself, right? So I don't think it's that good. 11E, I actually think is a bit better, because it kind of does the same thing MBAD does, but it's got Eric's missiles, and it's got a better air tab to some extent. Yeah, it does. So I prefer 11E, but neither of them are particularly strong divisions. I actually think 11E is kind of decent. The main thing is the Saggies are still quite expensive, and they've only got 8 HP, which is really weird. I don't understand why. Anyway, so here we've got Mix 90, right? And he's deploying some units. So there'll be a lot of units here. So MG team, recon, and then he's sending the transport out, and CV starting forwards because it's airborne forward deployed. Then we've got ATGM vehicle for here, ATGM vehicle for here, just chilling out. Scorpion for here and Scorpion for here. Those are interesting spots. Then we have MG team. He's put it there, but that's not actually a building. Oh, I guess it'll automatically go into here. MG team here. What? That's not in a building either. I'm not quite sure about that. MG team in here. Infantry. Okay, anti-infantry. anti-infantry, Milan 1, and another recon. So he's putting a lot in this building, actually. Okay. And then we've got, okay, MG team, anti-infantry, Milan 1. Yeah, so against 11E, against both of these divs, you don't have to buy Milan 2s. Milan 1s will kill anything that either of these divs gets. So that's worth thinking about. That's why he's buying Milan 1s. That's why both sides are buying Milan 1s. Actually, this is a Milan 2. But anyway, recon. The super speedy vehicle, but he's not sending it super speeding. And then ATGM vehicle, Scorpion. Switching to his opponent's deployment, you're going to see a lot of units on the map this game. Both of these divs are a bit similar. We've got a saggy AML 90 rush. So that must be why he brings these at 2 there. That must be why he brings these things at all, so he can just rush them at the start. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll see how that goes. It might work. I mean, it depends how good he is at dodging the ATGMs, right? So we've got an MG and a Milan 1 going into this corner. A CV for Alpha, and then... So he really wants to like attack Papa, basically. He's going straight past Zulu. And then we've got a mega rush consisting of all the Saggies and AML 90s, a recon Hilo, P4 Milan's going on the right around the side, and then supply, MG, anti-infantry AA thing, but it's not as good as the VADs, but it's cheaper. 3 of those, and then ATGM and recon. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, if I saw a bad player deploy like this, I'd be like, don't do this, this is really dumb. But if your micro's super good, the game does kind of open out a bit more for you, and you can do things that aren't really optimal, but you know, because if he just played a regular, because like Mix just plays MBAD, whatever. Currently, I think he's recently switched, but he's played like 100 games of MBAD or something, and yeah, like I think he said he's never lost a game of MBAD, something like that. So, or something like that. Like he's only lost a few, something like that. So if you just deploy the regular way against him, then you're gonna lose, right? So I guess you got to try something funny, but we'll see if it works. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest level is worth 2,000 views in ad revenue equivalents, so if you're feeling bad about your ad blocks, great way to support the channel. At the highest tier, you get e-games cast at a rate of 1 per calendar month. And that can be anything, you know, if you're just playing a game with your friends, you thought it was funny, you know, or if you like really hate somebody, you've got some kind of vendetta, then you know that works for me as well. So, yeah. So funny rush coming in here, but either way, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I think I said this is my sole source of income. I usually say that. It's because it's true, but you get my point. So yeah, big attacks here, but these don't have the greatest accuracy, and they don't actually have a lot of HE. So you do need a lot of hits to kill these guys. So okay. Both blobs have ran into each other, and he's just... this is killing him. He needs to unload his guys. But you see how many times they have to shoot to actually accomplish anything. This guy's still alive. So it looks like they're trying to kill some of these transports, because each one of the 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120... Right, you kill all these, that's 120 points your enemy's not getting when they sell. And, yeah, look at that. So he's in, he just buys 3 more Saggies. So this is what we spoke about with like the smoke, trying to avoid, trying to avoid the ATGMs, because the ATGMs will one-shot these, so it's a very unforgiving grind set, right? So he's trying to escape the ATGMs. He's got the Paris SAS here, still got the CV Saggy, and look, you know, these Itos, but I think both of them shot there, and he got a kill. The MGs are actually just really kind of nice at defending ground against line infantry. They're actually pretty good. I've started putting, like, if you got a deck that doesn't have auto cannons or something like this, is really worth bringing. You see both sides bring it. Obviously you can't always fit it in, But yeah, if you don't have good ways of killing infantry, it's a good idea. So he choose. Did you see that micro there? Like, you put all these on attack move. This one went forwards to break the LOS by getting behind the building. So it can work if your micro's really good. And so far, you know, red is winning. You just because you'll get this, but blue is in Papa. And Zulu hasn't been capped, and you'll note that, look, he's not even buying a CV for it. He's not even sending this back. I'm very surprised by that, actually. He just really wants this +2. He really wants to get here, because if you get here, then the enemy can't really get back in. So, yeah, way more Milan 1s purchased for the obvious reasons. And there you go, you see, they one-shot. And this is why he brought the Logi, so that he could smoke stuff. So I don't know how he's going to kill these Milan 1s, because he doesn't have arty. So what's he going to do? Just like try and blob them? But he's losing stuff here to these ATGMs. But he is in, and once he takes this, he'll be on a +1. But then he'll be on, like, Mixer just isn't paying attention to his ultis here. If he needs to take Bravo. He has a CV here. Okay, so he went out the zone because he was a bit worried about this thing. Because he didn't bring any, like, propelled AA. And, yeah, you see the issue with the ATGMs, right? They're killing people. Oh, he loses the CV. That thing's got really low accuracy as well. He probably thought it was going to miss. But he has secured the zone, and there's no red CV coming. And then look at this. So he sends out the 3 Gazelle Celtics, takes out the Helos, and these can't even shoot helicopters. And this just has an MMG, so he's using these to scout. And you see, here comes the Sky Guard. But yeah, you got to be super careful. Like, if these hit you, they one-shot you. It's very unforgiving. Very, very unforgiving gameplay here. But yeah, I'm not sure. He's just using this to scout, right? So his next round of Saggies has finally shown up. He's putting them here. He just doesn't want red to get back in, basically. But in the meantime, you know, his sides are getting cut off. This Iltis, okay, so that's going around to Alpha. And this is the other thing, right, with these hyper cheap, hyper mobile kids. I mean divs. They you know, you can just go around the side if you're a whiz kid, right, on your amphetamines or whatever. So, and it's harder for heavier divs to cover against that, because if their stuff's more expensive, you know, it's a big investment putting a unit here, a unit here, a unit here, a unit here to stop everybody from getting round. So this is not particularly surprising that he's put this here, but you'll note that the bad optics means it can't actually see these trucks, which is pretty funny, actually, because these have good stealth. Oh no, those are the units inside. These have mediocre stealth. I was going to say, I don't remember those having good stealth. But yeah, so what does our man do against it? So this has what? Alright. Must have been because it was such a small range, and it was just firing in a straight line, you know, it just didn't deviate enough to miss. Because they should go in a straight line after they lose vision. So Gazelle Cannon has been deployed to spot this, and what do you know, it's working. It will eventually kill that. It's going to take a while. It's just missed many salvos in a row there. Blimey. Because, yeah, you only need to hit it like once or twice and it'll die. So that was very funny. Anyway, so now he's going to try and get this back. And, okay, so he's still on the +1 even though he's not capped Zulu. Alright, but he has bought a CV for Zulu now, and that'll put him on a +2. In the meantime, Mix is advancing with his MG3s. And, like, Mix doesn't have any guns. The only big gun he's got is this, and that has the minimum range. Oh no, that wasn't unloaded. Big mistake there. So, the only things that can shoot these are ATGMs. And if you're against somebody who's paying a lot of attention and microing his guys, then he's not going to lose these. And we're seeing that here. Whereas a regular player, and look, he's keeping guys around, he's looking around, he's like, okay, so he was here, now I'm going to look over here, and he will find this Scorpion. So this is a really interesting dynamic, actually, because, like, these don't have smoke. And these, you know, their face is their shield. It takes about 3 hits to kill them. With one of these, it'll take 3 hits to kill this. And you're going to miss half the time. So that's the advantage of these. And the range, right? So here comes the quadruple cluster. And I guess that's the solution, because he knows this is here, and what he does is he quadruple clusters this, and then he quadruple clusters this, and quadruple clusters this, and he moves it after he fires 4 rounds, which is very hard to do. So this is a very high micro game. I wouldn't recommend trying this in your own games, but I know that's not going to stop you. So, okay, Gazelle Cannon has impossible alignment here, but it will see that Iltis, so I'm not... Because he knows this is here. Has he changed his... No, he's not. So this will see that. It's just a question of will it do anything. In the meantime, the Saggies here are trying to take back mid. And you see... You know, if you're paying, like, mega attention, they can work, I suppose. It's a very interesting game, this, actually. So, Gazelle Cannon can finally shoot this Scorpion. And it's definitely seeing that Iltis right now. It's got very good optics. Question is, will it blend? I mean, it's taking a lot of hits to kill. There we go, it gets it. And, okay, so yeah, he sees it, he unloads the Erics, it kills it, and now he has to load the Erics back in. Yeah. CV's up to here. That can't be stopped. Oh, no, this can see... What the heck is that angle? Okay, well, skill issue, I guess. Should have hidden a bit closer to the rock. That was very... What? I suppose it makes sense. I mean, it's that building there, so... You know... It's just about clipped the wing mirror and blew it up. So, yeah. So +3 for Sneaky now. I don't know about the name. I assume these two guys fell out over something. Like I basically know like half the story. There's a guy called Aim Doocy, and this guy's changed his name to Aim Pussy. Presumably they've fallen out over something, right? But I don't want to just blindly speculate because I don't actually know what happened. So yeah, this is where the micro comes in, right? Can you micro? And most people would struggle, really struggle to kill this quantity of ATGMs. But yeah, this is how you push them out, right? And look, he just moves it because he's trying to bomb it, but he moves them before they even finish one salvo, or it might have been what 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So it was a good idea bombing it, but he's moved it, so they will survive, and now this will die because it's... Huh, okay, I thought there was more in there. This will survive, apparently. I mean, he got critted, that was pretty close, but... Yeah, so basically he needs a recon helo here and then a bomber, because then they can't move, but you can't get the recon helo here because this will shoot you. That's just showing the ground-based range. The anti-air range goes up to about here. It's 2,800 meters, so it goes up to about here. So you'd have to come up to here, then the VADs are you just can't get there. So yeah, this is very annoying, and you'll see at the end of the game how many kills these got. This is very annoying, and if the enemy's microing perfectly, you just can't kill them. But it's very difficult to micro it perfectly, so... It's an interesting dynamic. So another CV has been purchased for Echo, and I think Sneaky's basically just realised, look, we're losing this. You know, I'm gonna focus elsewhere and hold on to this for as long as possible. But there you go. You see, he forgot to smoke that time. Did miss him though, because they miss half the time. This misses half the time. You know, it's only got to hit you once. So. Okay. And you see, yeah, now he goes for this one. And they also have a HE value, so they will kill infantry if the infantry is, like, not moving, because the dispersion, it's like a sniper rifle. It's crazy. So, okay, that must have... No, that must have been another one, so he bought that. You see the power of the Erics here? This is just out of range. You just can't shoot him. He's just... No, wait, it's just in range, apparently. Okay, I mean, the circle says it's not, but... Who knows? But yeah, do you see the dispersion on these rounds? It's tiny. Wait for them to land again. They take ages to land, right? So what's that? Yeah, you see. So the dispersion is absolutely minimal. You gotta have super good micro to make it work. It depends if you've got... Okay, so he didn't have corrected shot there, so it was actually a bit wider. If you've got corrected shot, it's literally like a laser beam. Because yeah, that would have died because they all would have hit it literally on its head. That's what it's supposed to be. These are So in real life, they shoot them up, and then it's like a loitering munition. And it sees the thing, and then it just flies into the top of the tank and blows it up. And you know the Brits had that in 1989 apparently. So here you go. CV's back in, and that will stop the tick once it finishes capping it. So looks like Sneaky is trying to get back in, but he's got no like. He needs a smoke mortar, self-propelled smoke mortar, because he can queue up the move orders so it doesn't die to these, and then he can smoke the corner and he can be there. And obviously these will shoot at him, and he's got to be careful. But you know, anyway, the problem is now his opponent knows he's in all these buildings, right? This is not smart. This is not smart. He really wanted that helo, but he's going to lose 2 Gazelle Celtics for that. Maybe even all 3. Damn, that sucks. Depends who you're rooting for, right? So, you see, he's trying to get these AA guns, so you got to move them. And yeah, this is too much now. I mean, Sneaky's not been reinforcing this because he put his guys here, which is fair enough, really. But now the tick stops with 26 minutes left, and all Sneaky's got is 10 million minstrels. And yeah, he doesn't have any saggies left because these cluster things killed them all. Obviously, new, fresh saggies are coming in. There's a 1 saggy left here. And you see, right, okay, puts 4 on that, and look how small that's the dispersion circle, because his recon's moved up now. So, I don't know what he should do. I think he needs to get his minstrels back. And set up here. Right? And, you know, get fallback positions. But this is real. If MBAD didn't have this, I don't think Mix would play it, basically. This is the real tide turner. Because, look, regular mortar wouldn't do that. Or at least you'd get more time to react. In that, you know, it wouldn't just kill you straight away. So, okay, so Jaguar's coming in. Has he got the seed behind for the Sky Guards? He got critted again. Getting a little bit unlucky there. He got critted again? Okay. So yeah, look, now this minstrel's gonna die to the laser beam projectiles. They are pretty funny. It's not easy to use this because you need the recon, you need to move them constantly as well. So I don't think it's OP. But yeah, as you can see, like for regular, I think he aimed it at the wrong place. No, never mind, it's getting it. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to deal with that. In the meantime, I don't think... Yeah, this is looking a little bit worse for... keep wanting to call him Aim Pussy for Sneaky here. Because, yeah, this is going to die, right? This scimitar's just going to shoot it. And then there's nobody really here, and... This guy could basically just walk in. I guess this would have something to say about it. But the scimitars outrange everything here. I suppose they don't outrange this. So, these howitzers are okay. I mean, they're not amazing, but okay. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what Sneaky does now. I mean, he brought a lot of his stuff at 2 vet. All those saggies and stuff, I'm pretty sure we're at 2 vet. I mean, this one is, but... he needs a self-propelled smoke mortar so he can smoke the corner himself and get in. Because there's no CV here. I think it died. Or it got... Oh no, it got sent over here. Because he wants to attack here. So, oh, okay, here's the smoke mortar. Jaguar cluster's trying to get the... Oh, that's interesting. You can see it. That's huge. That is... If he kills this, this is absolutely massive. The Darkfire misses. That is colossal. I mean, he only gets 2. But... it's a really big deal, because now he can't just nuke one thing immediately. So that's a pretty big deal. Okay, that evac wasn't a smart idea. He should have sent it over here and then evac'd it, because the Darkfire's going to get shot off now. And if it gets 2, then you're screwed, right? It's not got bad accuracy at all. No, okay, it only got 1. So yeah, that was big. That was big news. Big news. So here we go. He's smoking. So he's got to be careful. I don't know if he knows this is here. He's got a lot of CVs, like, but look at this counter-attack with all this crap coming in. That is pretty wild. So, Jaguar Seed came out for the Darkfire, but, you know, no cigar. It's been loaded back up. Probably wouldn't hit it anyway. Also, the Seed can't hit this, even though it's radar. That bug's been in the game for ages, they just haven't fixed it. I don't know why. Maybe they don't know how. But this will not hit that. It will just not hit it. So, this guy's hiding out in the smoke, which is smart, really. If he comes out, he's going to kill that SA. Okay, unload. Oh, yeah, he got out. Whoa, and then whoa, that was next level. I thought that was next level sort of arrogance micro there. Flex micro, where he's like, he won't shoot me again, he'll be dead. And so he loaded back in to move in the next yards, but no, I think he just misclicked. So, anyway, as you can see, this division is basically never out of the game. You can kill all this stuff 20 times over, and he just all of a sudden, oh, here it is again, here it is again, here it is again. So it's very, very difficult to deal with for that reason, but you need super ultra mega micro to make it work. You definitely need the mega micro, so here we go. Para's coming in. He's still got 2 of these. He thinks there's somebody in there, but there isn't. And no recon is... where's the recon? So if he'd had recon there, he would have known this was here before it blew up his scimitar. Dodging those Erics is actually pretty hard, because you don't have a lot of time. Anyway, this thing needs to get out of the zone. Might die there. Oh, no, just gonna chance it. And yeah, let's see, the smoke mortar. I don't watch these ahead of time, it's just obvious, isn't it? If you play the game enough, people tend to come to similar conclusions. Ah, so will this crit him again? It might kill him, like, he's not got a lot of HP there. Yeah, he's dead. Because the last rounds will get him there, so... Didn't have to crit him. So there you go, another Eric's, another Scorpion. But yeah, you see, the whole point is just to get these in. I'll be honest, like, where's the Gazelle Cannon? The Gazelle Cannon here would just kill all these. Did he use them all? I know the Gazelle Celtics died. Here's a Gazelle Cannon Recon, but I think he's still got the regular Gazelle Cannon. That would be very, very useful here. There's no Minstrel in this. There's no AA in this whole push. Also, we've not seen mixed by a single plane. So that's weird for MBAD. So yeah, no AA, and you see he's tossing the smoke in front of him to get into the zone. Yeah, he needs to get a... Okay, so he's sending the cheaper CV here and the more expensive one here. Okay, whatever. Cluster dropped its bombs. Oh, it got crit again. I guess it's because they fire so many rounds, the chance of them critting is quite high. It gets out, but it'll be repairing for like 8 minutes. Here we go, first red plane of the game. And you see the clusters, right? If that was 4, it'd already be dead. But even with 2, if you just look away for a second, you lose your stuff. It's very difficult to deal with. So the seed went down. The Mirage should really clean this up, but it is kind of bad. These used to be the best planes, but something happened with like the ranges and so on, and it's not very good anymore. The guns used to be much better, but as you can see, they're still alright. So he has to get back because he's worried about the arty hitting him, and he doesn't know what's in front of him, so... See, this is hidden here. Darkfire gets whacked by the Milan. Nice straight line to aim that down. CV's being sent over to Papa because there's no CV here. So, okay, this is... Huh, that was weird. And here are the Gazelle Cannons, right? This was a good choice. Obviously, we have complete information because we could see everything, so we knew there was no minstrel there. Other people, they have to look, right? Okay, this is a bit of an over-investment now, but there it is. And, yeah, he's going to get in. He's got the Legionnaire. I don't know why he brings these. The Paras Marine are just better in every case, in my opinion. If these had special forces, I'd get it, but they don't. The Vads is going to really mess him up here. Oh no, it gets stunned! Okay. The other Vads might mess him up. But yeah, he's in, and now he's got to leave again. And then this CV was coming this way. What happened to it? They don't display the kills and deaths here anymore. Something broke in the last patch. There was a car CV here, and now there isn't. So this must have killed it, or this must have killed it. No, that's not it. That's not it. But there was a car CV that he pathed down here, so interesting. And yeah, this Gurkha, and this is why you need the howitzers, I think, as 11E. Sometimes you just really like look at that's so annoying. There's nothing you can do about it. It's really frustrating. I suppose he's going to send the healers. This Darkfire is really going to have something to say about that. So he needs to hurry the hell up. I guess the idea is this guy can push forwards and figure it out. Or he can send a plane. Plane's going for the cluster thing. That's very funny. It's only got 2 HP, you see, so it's not actually a bad idea. Here we go. So another CV was purchased. Paras SAS getting low. This went on the cluster. So he got one. There's still one left. The Gazelle cannons, they're going on the Darkfire. Yeah, he should have really gone for the Darkfire. Then the Gazelle cannons could kill all this, but you see the issue here. This thing has enough rounds for everybody, but these will probably kill that. And yeah, there you go. It's a very heavy price. I mean, he lost he lost 4 Gazelle cannons for that. F-16 was going straight on the Gazelle cannons, didn't pay attention to the Mirage. Mirage gets it, kills it. 4 howitzers still coming in here. Get that Milan 1. This guy's got impossible alignment, and this guy's throwing smoke on himself, so he's going to be alive for a few seconds longer. What happened to that CV? It died. Probably got hit by one of the many artillery pieces that are around here. And this can now kill the CV. Mix is on a +2. He's winning here. Sneaky really needs to send his Saggy to Echo. Using the jets to strafe, and you see he's going to hide behind there again in the smoke cloud, which will eventually fade when he can fire more smoke. This will kill it eventually, he's just got to get over there. And like, why isn't this going in? I don't think he knows it's there, maybe. He's bought another CV for it instead. I guess this is for here, but really it could get in there and out again before this showed up. Well, okay, now it couldn't. Yeah, now he's sending it. So, but yeah, if Mix keeps pushing this way, he's going to get in. There's not much here. I mean, the double P4 Milan's nice against the vehicles, and the Eric's is pretty good. But okay, so there's more guys coming in here. He's using fast move commands instead of telling them to unload. Must be panicking a bit. I know he knows how to do that. So double CV coming in now. +2 for Mix. 15 minutes left. And look at how quickly he can remass. Everything here was dead, and now it's all back. I understand that, you know, some of these are transports and supply and stuff. So Skyguard for the anti-infantry, but yeah, the Eric's is really nice. If you can keep them alive, it's really cool. And yeah, killing the cluster mortars was such a big deal, actually. It's actually such a big deal. Because they just kill something every 7 seconds. If you buy all 4, and well, I suppose it's got to aim as well. It's got to aim and reload. So every 15 seconds you kill a unit. So that's 4 units a minute killed. There's way too much AA there now. That'll be one of the ones he bought before. Yeah, 4 times a minute you kill a unit. You got to have perfect micro though. If you lose it, you've lost it. And you need the corrected shots. You need the recon up. So honestly, I don't think it's OP. This is the best cluster mortar micro I've seen. I played against other people playing MBAD, and I just kill them straight away, and then it was, oh, yeah, nice try. There you go, using the jets to strafe it. And yeah, I'm not sure what happens now. I'm thinking blue's gonna win, because like red has actually ran out of stuff. He's still getting scimitars up and stuff, but look at this bully, man. I mean, the planes are just flying around, right? You'd expect the Mirage to... I don't know, actually. I don't know. You expect the Mirage to win, actually, I suppose. Depends on those first missiles. Depends on the RNG. Yeah. Anyway. I'm surprised the cluster plane didn't come in on this. But yeah, there's only 1 minstrel there, but if there's 2, then he can lose a plane. And yeah, another one is going to bite the dust here. These things, you know, it's like maybe... Oh yeah, here we go. He's coming in for it. Minstrel hits it. Oh no, he could have. If he'd aimed on this, I think he would have got, you know, 2 or 3 there. The splash isn't that big, so it's a nice idea. And this is why I really think you need the howitzers on 11E. It's just like, you know, this is here. You can't do anything about it. Whereas you can get 4 howitzers, and they're not as good as these. They've got higher dispersion because they've got less range, and I believe they also cost more because they're airborne forward deployed. And then you can burst down that minstrel, right? So, in the meantime, I was going to say he needs a bit of recon here, and here it comes. And here it comes over here as well. And yeah, I don't really see how Mix brings this back. I mean, he's got 12 minutes. He's clearly building up for something else here. You can see he's getting lots of stuff in. He's got 2 CVs. He's got the Gurkha rifles. He's got lots of scimitars. And he's got double minstrel here now, so this one's actually out of rounds. But yeah, like, you know this is in here. You can't do anything because you don't have the 4 howitzers. I think it's a big oof. I think it's a very big oof. So, yeah, he's still going on that because that's where most people put their stuff. So, I guess that's why Sneaky has not put his stuff there. Are these on? They're on return fire because he's going to do a big attack now. Are there any machine guns left? This is why you don't bet those machine guns, but he wished he had machine guns now. But yeah, there's nobody in there, so he's quite content to just let that happen. More stuff coming. Keep in mind, Mick still has 4 bombers left. We've not seen a single bomber out of him. Cluster's flying over the minstrels again. He's just hoping it doesn't hit him this time. And this time it did miss, so there you go. Guess 3, I was right. So that's very bad for Mix again, because now he can't pick off these things as well, because the only fire support he's got left is, well, you know, he's got 1, right? And he can't do the mega smoke attack, but he's got 2 scimitars, and that's his fire support. But I'm very surprised if we don't see 4 bombers come out from Mix now to hit all this, halfway through this push, because now's the time, and, you know, Bluey, he's not got much AA, because he's not seen any bombers, so he's not bought any. So here we go, smoke in the corner, but the Eric's, you're not going to be able to drive this in here because the Eric's is going to kill you. Well, actually, no, it's not, because it'll be out of range. That's interesting. So VLRA 50 is pretty useful in this situation, but yeah, losing all those Gazelle cannons before is pretty bad news. Pirates Marine are really nice on the defense. They are expensive because of the DMR. Here we go, bombers coming out. Wow, I'm a genius. It's actually going for the Gazelle Hots. This is not wise. This is not wise. 1 bomber, you lose 2 CVs there. And they're engaging. So Sultan's coming in, but there's an Eric's here. So I think the Sultan will be fine with its current pathing, but depends. There's an Eric's here as well. But 1, 2. Okay, the Gazelle Hot's going down, but most of this is not, you know, it's not vehicles, it's just infantry. So you could move the Milan 1 up to here and shoot that scimitar, I guess, but it's the smoke. The smoke's causing a bit of an issue. And so Milan 2 there. VLRA 50 gets caught out by the LOR 80s. Gurkha rifles moving back. Double Mirage going for the Dark Fire. And it gets it with the guns. But he might lose this one. He does not. So, Milan 2 is still alive. It's only 1 howitzer. And the splash on these is terrible, so... It did destroy the building they were in, though. So here we go. So there's a Milan here. So the Sultan, it's... Whoa, just smokes in time. 9 minutes left. CV still coming in. Whoa. Darkfire, Minstrels. Yeah, they get him eventually. These aren't being sold. That's an extra 60 points. That's another infantry unit. Get the CVs in, get ACV in. The Erics can't fire in smoke, from what I remember. Oh, it's not in smoke. What the hell was that? He's smoked. He's not actually smoked in the. Okay. It was smoked on the outside, but not actually in there. Interesting. So CV back in. It's a really tense game. I'm getting caught up in the heat of the moment. CV needs to get back in here. He's on a -1. I mean, it's not happening very quickly, but you've got 2 CVs. But the amount of concentration that will be concentrating right now will be high. So if he's got any sense, this is coming all the way around here, and then it's going to hit that. Because that's the smoke. And honestly, if Sneaky hadn't killed those smoke mortars and hadn't killed those howitzers, he'd be losing this zone because there'd be smoke fucking everywhere, and all his guys would keep getting picked off by those by those smoke, the cluster mortars. Sorry. So okay, so Seed came out there, missed because of course it did, and there's the bomber, right? Remember he's still got bombers. Goes on the dark fire. Bomber goes down. What's this going on? The minstrel. Okay. He's dead, though. Whoa, this guy was, like, reloading or something. What? Yes, I was right. I do like being right. And yeah, the Saggy obviously beats the Scorpion. And that's GG. So yeah, really, really good game. So this is Sneaky, rank 17 with 10 Gorillion games. He plays something like 14 games a day. I'm not making that up. We worked it out. It was 13.7 games per day for like 3 or 4 months over the course of when I calculated it. Like an average of 13.7 games a day over 4 months or something. So he plays a lot. But he hasn't been playing as long as Mix90 or as me, because he came in, I don't know, a couple of years ago. So this is Mix, rank 1, and he's lost 3 times, and one of those was this loss. And as you can see, he's had a lot of draws, apparently. Anyways, we need to check the cluster mortar kills. Forgot about that. So yeah, the Jaguar cluster killing these was absolutely massive from Sneaky. Really big play that happened. Very important. Can't stress enough. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units. But if they'd stayed alive, it would have been 14, right? So, yeah, really big deal, actually. And yeah, MBAD is good against divs like heavier divs, because you can just spam everything, go around the sides. But against other lighter divs, like you saw how the Saggies were just chewing up all of the Scorpions. Yeah, really interesting game. I'll see you in the next one. GG.